Kim, thank you very much indeed. And the Free State Government commemorates Human Rights Day in Winburg today. Well, the Premier will lead the provincial event themed Deepening a Culture of Social Justice and Human Rights. We're joined now by SABC News reporter Makgala Masiteng, who is following the Free State Government's commemoration of Human Rights Day. Makgala, thank you very much indeed for joining us today. So what are we expecting to hear from the Premier of the province today? And what are some of the community members saying about some of the basic human rights, that still need attention in that part of the country?
Thank you very much, Griselda. Yes, indeed, we are in Winburg and we are expecting, of course, the Premier to also come forth. She will be delivering the keynote address for today. And of course, we are expecting her to touch on some of the issues. As you have just said in your intro, Griselda, some of the issues that we do know, well known, especially coming from the Winburg side, is the fact that they've been struggling with the issue of water for quite some time. But I want to bring in some of those community members coming from this area just to take us through some of those issues that they want to be addressed. Thank you very much for joining us. We are celebrating here, of course, commemoration. It's a commemoration of human rights. But what are some of those issues, human rights related issues, that you as the residents are still facing, and where are you coming from?
Dumelang, nna ke ke mohai wa Masilonyana Thenisene ke mpolokeng ka thabeng ka lebitso. Rona as youth re fumana challenges tse ngata le mesebetsi ha eyo ha soka e create-wa, but ke a bona ka baka la mafapha a mangata nou tjena ke a bona di-challenges tse re tlo di face-a re le mmoho re le community. And ane ke happy ka nthwena e entsweng mona Makeleketla, cause ke mono basadi ba lakatla ba tlo lwanela di-human rights teng haholoholo ke mo di-blood ka ba teng ka ga Makeleketla. So re lebohile and ane ke thabetse ba sebakeng sena sa Makeleketla. I wish le Premier ka rutwa re le Masilonyana hore ralla re le setjhaba sa Masilonyana re le batjha ba Masilonyana hore mesebetsi ha eyo re kopa ba re create-ele mesebetsi bana ba ka tlwelle ho tsamaya strateng le dinyaope bo se di ke di fele batho.
Tele mosebetsi ke di feng hape di phephetso tse ding tse le tobanang le tsona?
Metsi a rona ha hlweka, di-toilet, dikolo da shota, bana ha bana le di-college hara motse tlameha ba tswe ba ye dipolekeng tse ding ba tlo fumana dikolo.
Thank you very much. That is one of the youth there coming from TNS and is still part of Masilonyana municipality, Griselda. Of course, talking about a lack of job opportunities, but also touching on the issue of water here in the area, as well as issues of lack of facilities, especially those of higher education in this area. But of course, she is excited that they have this kind of event, of course, looking forward to what will come out. I want to bring in another young person here coming from Winburg. Specifically, what are your expectations now that this event is here in Winburg?
My expectations right now human rights. I expect our ministers and government and focus more on our township because we have talent township in Sarona and we need into and our right to be a youth and to express how we want to live our life and do compromises on things that we have to really fulfill as a youth and
What kind of things are you talking about when you say you want you guys to be able to express yourself as youth? Specifically?
Our talents and like the stadium where we the footballers so I want or like the sports center more we can train have fitness and express the talent. And like logo na babanyane ba loka di entrepreneurs tsenyane ba na le di clothing brand di jwalo re hloka ho ba le re fuwe di funds and re be like more ba introduce more into business ba sa tsebeng re sa yang mo dikolong re lo khona ho tswelisa vision tsa rona tsa kgwebo.
Well, thank you very much for joining us there. It's a young person coming from here in Winburg, Griselda, of course, touching on issues of lack of facilities here in Makgala, Winburg. He is expecting, of course, he wishes that government can address those issues where they'll be able to have facilities, of course, to show their talents, but also he's talking about the creation of opportunities, especially for the young ones, those who want to pursue entrepreneurship, especially coming from a small town, that they seek those platforms where they'll be able to then take their talents further. The first speaker that I spoke to, Griselda, she did touch on the issue of the contribution of Winburg, especially when it comes to even the marches that were taken by women marching to union buildings, that Winburg is one of those areas that really played a critical role when it comes to the contribution of the Free State province when it comes to those struggles during that time. But we have heard from various community members who are saying that it seems as if that contribution is even forgotten because they don't see much of improvement in their areas. But of course, we'll hear what Premier will talk about today when she addresses the people today as the province commemorates the human rights. As you have heard, we have people who are coming from Winburg, also others are coming from other nearby towns, of course expecting that hopefully government will be able to hear and also try to attend to some of their issues. Of course, the issue of lack of water and dirty water still coming on top of some of the issues that residents of this area are struggling from. It's been years, Griselda. We've come here several times where residents are complaining of lack of water. If there is water, then there's a problem of water coming out dirty. We've been talking to municipality, trying to find out what is wrong here in this area, that every time there's that issue of lack of water and also water coming out dirty. And we'll be told, of course, that some things have been stolen. There's a problem with the power, or rather the treatment plant. But we'll hear, of course, if those issues will be attended today as the province commemorates that human rights.
Makgala, Masiteng, thank you very much indeed. We'll continue to see those commemorations take place, of course, throughout the country. That Human Rights Day or month, a commemoration taking place in Winburg in the Free State. Some of the residents there, of course, raising concerns about the violation of some of the basic human rights still taking place. And we've heard from a number of our reports, from our reporters on the ground, basic clean drinking water is still one of the main challenges that we see in some of our communities. All right, Makgala, Masiteng, thank you very much. Live to us from Winburg in the Free State. We're going